All right, we're back at the I'm on Ice Arena in Cedar Rapids as the 12U girls take on Kansas City for the championship. Lily Anderson going to take the face off. She's got Harper Hall and Elizabeth with her. Looks like Collins and Cameron Callan back on D. Elizabeth clears the zone. Kansas City sends it right back in. This is Collins with the puck. She sends it up to Harper Hall. Doesn't get much on it, but now Harper sends it out into neutral ice. Kansas City collects, passes it forward. Cameron lifts the stick and doesn't let that Kansas City player take off with the puck. So now Collins picks it up, chips it off the boards. Not able to clear the zone. Kansas City coming forward, going to take a shot. Just gets it right over the stick of Stella. Kansas City takes an early 1-0 lead. Just gets right over the stick hand. Stella tried to knock it off, but it went right by her there. So Lady Wild find themselves an early 1-0 hole. A lot of time left. That one sounded like it went off of Stella's cage, and now Harper Gladson pushes up into the Kansas City zone. Stella Pappas sends it in deep. Harper Gladson there. She loses the puck. Kansas City skates it through neutral ice, sends it deep. Stella Van Meeren decides to cover that up, and we'll have a D-zone face-off. We've got Lily Anderson, Elizabeth, and Bree, with Collins and Cameron out on D. Puck goes clear to the other end of the ice where Cameron Callan picks it up. She's going to take it behind her own net. She reverses. Now is going to skate with the puck. Brings it out of the zone across center ice into the Kansas City zone. She has her stick lifted. Now she's looking to pass it back up to Lily Anderson. Lily up to Bree. Bree backhands it towards Elizabeth. Doesn't get much on it. Now Kansas City sends it up out of the zone. That's going to come down for icing. No icing, no icing. Cameron Callan picks it up. She backhands it. Oh, Collins went the wrong way for the puck. Centering pass. Collins ends up coming to chip it out of the slot. Now it comes up to the Kansas City D. That's batted down by Cameron Callan in front of the net. Cameron chips it up to Elizabeth. No, that's Caroline, rather. Now a great pass up to Harper. Harper not able to get a good backhanded shot. Really stick that away. Harper's stick gets tied up with that Kansas City player. Harper gets tripped up. Now it comes up to Lily Van Meer. She sends it in, but it's intercepted. Now Kansas City gonna skate through the neutral ice into Lady Wild zone, rather. Sorry, tongue twister. I am just failing at this time right now. 9:42. All right, 9:42 left in the first period. This is Lily Anderson. Harper Hall, Elizabeth. On D's, Cameron and Collins. Oh, Kansas City fires that in from the high slot, but stick saving covered there by Stella. New forward line going to be Harper Gladson, Annie, and Caroline. Collins and Cameron stay out on D. Lady Wild clear that out of the zone. Kansas City brings it back into the Lady Wild zone. Cameron Callan has on her stick. She skates across center ice now into the Kansas City zone. She gets around the last defender. Great pass to Harper Gladson. Harper, she's got it deflected off her stick. Great pass up to Caroline. Caroline sends it in. It goes wide. Harper collects. She backhands it back out. It's just going to sneak out of the zone. This is Collins picking it up. She's passing forward up to Caroline. Caroline gains the zone. Caroline runs into a brick wall and she loses the puck. Kansas City tries to chip it up off the boards, don't get very far. Now Harper Gladson comes away with it. She dangles around. It's stuck right in front of the crease there. Kansas City able to come in and take possession. They're picking up speed through neutral zone. Stella Pappas, Lily Van Meer back on D. Lily able to deflect that shot. Now Lily's got it with some speed. Lily keeps pushing forward. She's got one to beat now. She gets around the last one. She's in the right wing circle. Takes a really wide-angled shot. It goes off the goalie's cage. Sends it over to Stella Pappas. Stella trying to send it deep, but Kansas City battles forward and gets it out in the neutral zone, and it's going to come all the way down. No icing. Puck behind the net. Stella Van Meer comes to push it up to the near boards, and now that's Bree tries to push it out, but Kansas City keeps it in. Now Stella Pappas skates the puck out of the zone. She gets tripped up. Lily Anderson over there battling. Puck comes out to Elizabeth. Elizabeth tries to get over to Bree, doesn't get much on it. Kansas City sends it up. Now Stella sends it back deep. Kansas City sends it into neutral ice. Stella going to chip it back. Elizabeth not able to gather, but now she does and sends it into the Kansas City zone. Bree able to take control, and Kansas City send it back into neutral zone. Cameron Callan comes to steal the puck away. Cameron across center ice now gains the blue line. She puts the brakes on, sends it. Kansas City getting control. Collins trying to battle and get control of it. But Kansas City able to get a shot. It goes wide. Now it comes back in the Kansas City zone. Harper Gladson with a good forecheck here. That's Annie, sends it deep behind the Kansas City net. Kansas City sending it up the boards. It comes out, and then Collins sends it back in offsides. Lily Anderson going to take the face-off. She'll have Harper Hall and Caroline with her. And then Lily Van Meer and Stella Pappas out on D. Stella chips it up the boards. Harper Hall comes in, but Kansas City chips it back the other way. Harper tries to center it. Nobody's there. Off the ref's skate. Lily Van Meer picks up the puck behind her own net. Sends it up the boards. Kansas City collects, takes a nice shot, but it was going to go wide. Caroline sends it up through neutral ice now into Kansas City zone. They're going to call icing on this one. Harper Gladson takes a face-off. She's got Elizabeth out with her. Oh, rather, that's Annie, rather. Annie and Elizabeth out there. And then Collins and Cameron Callan out on D. Kansas City sends it deep from the blue line. Cameron Callan chips it up. It gets stopped again at the blue line. Kansas City going to send one towards the net. Stella sweeps it away with her stick. Harper Gladson picks it up behind the net. Now up the far boards. She's picking up some speed. It's going to be offside, but they don't call it. Kansas City chips up the blue line. Collins holds it in. That was Annie battling for the puck along the boards. It comes out in neutral ice to Collins. Collins tries to backhand it up to Elizabeth. Elizabeth brings it in the zone. Great pass over to Harper Gladson. Now it comes over to Annie, back to Harper. And now the puck's deflected to the near corner. Elizabeth takes a shot. It goes off the skate. Kansas City picks up the puck, brings it through neutral ice now into Lady Wild zone. They send it deep. We've got Stella Pappas giving chase. Stella and Lily Van Meer in at defense now. Looks like Bree, Caroline, and Lily Anderson, your forward line. This is Bree with the puck along the board. She sends it up to Lily Anderson. Lily Anderson crosses center ice, brings it into the Kansas City zone, but she loses the puck as she crosses the blue line. Kansas City brings it back into neutral ice now. Just sends it deep into the Lady Wild zone. It deflects back towards Stella, and she decides to cover it up. Harper, Annie, Elizabeth, your forward line. Cameron and Collins back on D. Harper wins that face-off. She sends it behind the net. This is Collins and Harper battling for it. Harper dragging it up the boards. She brings it across into center ice. Now in the Kansas City zone. She pushes all the way, backhands it. It goes through, it goes in. Yep, just squeezed right through the 5-hole and ends up in the back of the net. Great effort there by Harper Gladson just to keep pushing, and then backhands that right between the goalie's legs. Lady Wild tie it up. There's 3:25 left in the first period. Lily, Harper Hall, and who is that? Oh, Caroline. Lily sends it into the Kansas City zone. She battles forward. She's going to take a shot. Pad save, and it's covered up. Lily gets checked after the play, it looked like. I didn't see it. I was just watching the goalie. All right. Lily Anderson, Harper Hall, Caroline still your forward line, Stella and Lily Van Meer, your D pair. Lily Anderson backhands a shot. It gets covered up by the goalie. New forward line going to be Harper, Annie, Elizabeth. Stella and Lily Van Meer will stay out on D. Kansas City picks up speed and enters the Lady Wild zone. Harper Gladson with a really good back check to come up and knock that stick off her puck, or knock that puck off the stick before she gets a shot. And now it comes up to the point where Kansas City sends it back in deep. Elizabeth sends it up to the point and then comes out of the zone. Kansas City enters back in off sides. We'll have a center ice face off here. Same forward line. Cameron and Collins out on D. Cameron picks up the loose puck. She brings it across center ice. Loses the puck, and now Harper Gladson picked it up. She takes a shot, hard shot off the cage. She's going to be shaking the birdies out of her brain now. That was a tough shot she took right to the cage. Well, the D zone or offensive zone face off here in the left wing circle. Lily Anderson going to take the face off. She has Bree and Caroline. Same D pair out there. Lily sends it in deep. Kansas City picks up the puck behind their own net, sends it up the boards. Great pass there by Collins to Lily, but Lily not able to control the puck. It comes out to Caroline at the left wing circle. She's battling, trying to center a pass. It goes off a few skates, and now Kansas City sends it up the near boards. Collins going to send it back in deep. Behind the net, Kansas City sends it up, tries to send it up to the far boards, but don't get much on it. Caroline sends it to center. We're going to get a tripping call here. That was not a trip. I didn't think it was a trip. I think it was inadvertent, but refs call a trip there on Annie. No, that was Bree. Bree is in the box for tripping. And Kansas City on a 90-second power play with 1:24 left in the first period. All right, Lady Wild filling the penalty. Have Harper Gladson, Lily Van Meer, Caroline, and Stella Pappas. Oh, wow, that gets right through Stella's legs, but ends up going off the far post. Now Harper Gladson with the puck. She comes to the zone. She gets by everybody. She gets a shot. Just snipes it in the top corner to give the Lady Wild a lead. Short-handed goal there for Harper Gladson. Lily Anderson and Elizabeth come out, and Cameron and Collins on D. Collins to Cameron. Cameron up to Elizabeth. Elizabeth tries to push into the Kansas City zone. Kansas City sends it back out. Kansas City elbows Lily Anderson as they come into the zone. Nothing called. They send a hard one towards the net. It goes wide. Now they whiff on a shot there, and Collins comes to pick up the loose puck. She's coming across center ice now. She decides to send it deep and change. Lily Van Meer comes on for Collins. Kansas City enters the zone. That was a great effort there by Kansas City. Lily gets off her stick. Kansas City still getting a good shot off. And that's going to end the first period with the Lady Wild up 2-1. Lady Wild will have 6 minutes left in this PK as Bree finishes her tripping penalty. Harper, Gladson, Caroline, Lily Van Meer, and Stella Pappas out here to kill off the rest of this penalty and start the second period. Kansas City charges forward, gets around RD, and they get one past Stella Van Meer to tie up the game. It's 2-2. Harper Gladson picks up the puck. She takes a hard shot. It goes wide. Kansas City with a great breakout there, and they come into the Lady Wild zone, but Stella Van Meer comes to skate the puck away. Harper Gladson, rather, she steals the puck away. She comes and puts one in the top corner. Lady Wild take the lead 3-2. Harper Gladson, top cheese to take the lead. This is Collins battles to get the puck away. Great breakout pass to Elizabeth. Elizabeth not able to get it through as two Kansas City players combine. Now Kansas City comes up. They take a shot. It goes wide. Come on, go! Kansas City just pestering and able to keep that puck in front, right hanging out in the slot, and they just Lady Wild playing with fire, end up giving up a game-tying shot. We're all tied up with 11:34 left in the second period. Harper, Caroline, and Annie, the forward line, Stella and Lily are deep there. Harper Gladson dances around. She sends it up to Lily. Lily sends it back in. Kansas City gains control. Now sends it up to the blue line, and Stella Pappas sends it back in deep. Harper Gladson with the puck. She's squeezing the boards. She tries to center it out. Stella Pappas just not quite able to keep that in. Lily Van Meer picks it up. Comes over to Caroline picks it up, but she gets tripped in the neutral zone. She sends it forward to Harper Gladson. Lady Wild go on a power play. On the power play, we've got Harper, Bree, and Elizabeth. Harper tries to pass it over to Elizabeth, but Kansas City sends it deep. This comes up to Cameron. Cameron over to Collins. Collins takes a hot shot from the point, but it gets blocked by the Kansas City player. Kansas City now bringing out of the zone. Puck ends up in the high slot, and Kansas City gets a shot. Stella covers it up. Lily Anderson, Harper Hall, and Caroline coming out. Lily and Stella, your D line. Stella sends it up the boards. Caroline ends up finishing the job, gets out of the zone. Now she's trying to skate into the Kansas City zone. Stella tries to send it deep, but it's shot right back out by Kansas City. Stella goes D to D over to Lily. Lily passes forward. It goes through into Kansas City zone. Stella Pappas not able to hold the line there. She backhands it back to Caroline. Caroline dances around up to Lily Anderson. Lily tries to pass it over to Harper Hall. Doesn't connect, and Kansas City's going to ice this. "15 seconds left on this power play. Harper Gladson, Elizabeth, Annie, Harper up to Cameron. Cameron to Collins. Collins takes a shot off the goalie's pad and covers it up. That'll end the power play. It was close. They let that player out while the clock was stopped. All right. Cameron and Collins out on D. Elizabeth, Annie, and Harper Gladson, the forward lines. Kansas City brings that in off sides. Lily, Caroline, Bree, your forward line. Stella and Lily, your D pair. This is Caroline bringing the puck into the zone. Great effort there by the Lady Wild to get a little bit out of place, but now Lily Anderson brings in his zone. Great pass to Bree. Bree finds the back of the net. Lady Wild back up 4-3. Great puck movement there. Gets the goalie a little bit out of position, and Bree gets it right behind her in the back of the net. Harper Gladson, Elizabeth, and Annie, your forward line. Lily Van Meer and Stella Pappas, your D pair. Elizabeth gains the line. She passes over to Harper, takes a shot. It goes wide. Comes up to Lily. Lily tries to get it back in deep. This gets to Elizabeth. Elizabeth comes out to Lily. Lily charges forward. She takes a shot. It goes off a Kansas City player to the far boards. Lily over to Stella. Stella overskates that just a little bit. Now Kansas City's going to have a little breakout here. Lily Van Meer pushing back. They get a soft shot. Puck just hangs out in front of the net for a minute there. Harper Gladson comes to pick up the loose puck. She's skating it up the boards. Brings it in the neutral zone across center ice. Skates around. She gets a shot. Gets it right behind the goalie. Lady Wild take a 2-goal lead here. Kansas City bringing to the zone off the face-off. They get a shot. Stella makes the save. Kansas City going to step up, take a shot. That goes off the shoulder of Stella. Collins picks up the loose puck. She's skating it up. This is Collins, brings it across center ice. Now she loses it, and Kansas City sends it back into neutral zone. Collins there to pick it back up. She sends it across ice. Harper Hall not able to collect. Harper Hall sends it in deep. Collins comes up and sends that in deep. Kansas City sends it right back out. They're calling us for too many men. I think was it? Oh, I didn't. I only saw 5. All right. They call us too many men. I would have to rewatch the tape. I didn't think there was ever 6 out there, but did play the puck right off the bench. So Lady Wild find themselves on the PK. Oh, yeah. All right. So Elizabeth's going to go to the box for that too many women, sorry. We've got Harper Gladson, Elizabeth, and Stella, and Lily Van Meer to kill the penalty. This comes down, no icing, gets tipped. Kansas City brings out his own in the neutral ice. Stella Papa sends it back out. Kansas City bringing it back in. Now that's Lily Van Meer sending it back in the neutral ice. Stella Papa sends it up. That's going to be off, or icing this time. 53 seconds left on this PK. We'll have Collins and Cameron, Harper Gladson, and Caroline. Cameron Callan sends it behind the net. Kansas City sends it up to their point. Great job there by Caroline to get in the way of that pass or shot and send it out into neutral ice. Kansas City brings it back in. Collins picks it up. She's got it behind her own net. She sends it over to Cameron. Kansas City pokes it off Cameron's stick. Now Harper Gladson picks it up. Harper skating across the the far boards. She brings it across center ice. She's got the puck off her stick, but here comes Cameron Callan. She brings it into the zone. Cameron comes around and tries to take a really wide-angled shot. Now Kansas City breaking the zone. Lady Wild back to full strength. Kansas City bringing it in deep. They're going to take a shot for a wide angle too. Harper Gladson has her stick held. Harper Gladson picks up the loose puck. She gets around the last Kansas City player. She's going to come up, take a shot. Off the post and in. Lady Wild, 3-goal advantage with 4:19 left in the second period. Lily Anderson, Elizabeth, Bree, Lily and Stella, your D line. Elizabeth passes it up to Bree. Bree crosses center ice. She brings it into the Kansas City zone. Kansas City pushes the puck off her stick, but Lily Van Meer able to keep it in the zone. Kansas City now going to poke it back up and out. Kansas City with the puck, bring it into the Lady Wild zone. They take a shot from the high slot. It's an easy save there for Stella. Forward line's going to be Harper Gladson, Caroline, and Annie. And then your D line is Collins and Cameron. Cameron with the puck. She skates it out of the zone. Cross center ice. She passes forward to Harper. Harper dancing around. She passes forward to Cameron. Cameron turns and shoots. It goes just wide. Great puck movement there. Annie comes in to send it back in deep. Kansas City sends it over the far boards. They try to break out. Comes out of neutral ice, and Collins sends it back in off sides. Lily Anderson, Elizabeth, and Harper Hall with Stella and Lily back on defense. Looks like the Lady Wild bringing in offsides. Lily Anderson clears the zone. Kansas City picks up the puck and now sends it back deep in the Lady Wild zone for icing. Neutral ice battle here. Neither team able to get into their zone. Now, that's Annie rather, sends it deep into the Kansas City zone. Comes up the near boards where Cameron Callan comes forward. She's pushing the puck deep. She's going to come out to Caroline at this point. It gets past Caroline and comes into neutral ice. Caroline over to Collins. Collins back up to Caroline. Kansas City sends it deep in the Lady Wild zone. Harper Gladson picks up the loose puck. She's skating through the neutral zone into the Kansas City zone. She loses the puck. It goes to the far boards. Harper continues the battle. She centers over to Caroline. Caroline not able to get her stick on it, and Kansas City bringing it out into neutral ice. Cross center line into the Lady Wild zone. Centering pass just misses, goes to the far boards. Got a cross-check penalty on Kansas City. All right, Lady Wild on the power play. There's 58 seconds left in the second period. We've got Lily Anderson, Harper Hall, and Bree with Stella and Lily on defense. Kansas City brings the puck all the way deep down in the Lady Wild zone. Kansas City shot goes off of Bree. Harper Hall passes up to Bree, and Kansas City gets in the way. Now they're bringing it back into the Lady Wild zone. Lady Wild not doing much on their power play so far. Stelepatha sends it up the near boards. Kansas City sends it back in deep. Harper Hall sends it over to Bree. Bree bringing it into neutral ice. She passes forward to Harper. Harper bringing it into the zone. Kansas City brings it back to neutral ice. Lily over to Stella. Stella. That's going to end the first or second period. Lady Wild up 6-3.
Take it back, y'all. 2 off this time. 2 off this time. Right foot 2 stop. Left foot 2 stop. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Like it never
All right, Lady Wild with 33 seconds of power play left as they get ready to start the third period. Harper, Gladson, Annie, and Caroline, Lily, and Cameron Callan, your D-line. Lady Wild get called for a trip. So we'll have 16 seconds of 4v4 and a minute 14 PK. Looks like Cameron Callan was called for the trip. And Kansas City with a great centering pass, had an open net and just not able to get good wood on it. Lily Van Meer, meanwhile, brings the puck into the Kansas City zone and she tries to center. There's nobody there. Kansas City is full strength now, so Lady Wild finds themselves on the PK. That should have been icing, I think. Anyway, Harper Gladson picks up the puck. She's getting through neutral ice. She's got by everybody. She takes a shot from the right wing circle. Doesn't get a whole lot on it. Ends up being a stick save for the goalie. Kansas City trying to break out on their power play. Caroline now bringing it back into the Kansas City zone. Harper comes up with a stick lift, but Kansas City sends it to the far corner. There's 17 seconds left of this PK for the Lady Wild. Most of it's been spent in Kansas City's zone. Kansas City enters Lady Wild zone. Stella Pappas sends up the far boards. Lady Wild back to full strength. Lily Van Meer sends it up the boards. It comes out of the zone. Gets a pass at Kansas City defender. Kansas City sends it back. On B, we've got Collins and Cameron. Your forward line looks like Lily Anderson, Elizabeth, and Harper Hall. Kansas City brings that in off sides. Kansas City gets a shot. It gets partially blocked and flutters, and Stella sweeps it away. Lady Wild send it up to the point, but they aren't able to get it out. Kansas City now with a great scoring chance, but it goes right into Stella Pappas's chest, and she covers. Minute 15 left in this third period, or 10:15, sorry. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third period. Harper Gladson taking the face off. Kansas City sends one towards the net. It gets deflected wide. Kansas City flips one. It goes off of Stella's lid. Caroline battling for it behind the net. Collins comes up. She pokes the stick or puck away, and she loses her stick in the meantime. Cameron Callan comes up. She chips it around Kansas City's player. She brings it into Kansas City's zone. Now she sends it deep. She's going to change. Stella Pappas comes on for Cameron. Kansas City sends it in neutral zone. Stella Pappas, the first one there. She's going to send it over to Lily. Lily sends it up to Harper Gladson. Harper not able to get around the Kansas City player. Kansas City now bring it into Lady Wild zone. She loses her edge. Caroline brings the puck out of the zone. She backhands it to Harper. Harper wasn't watching for it. Now Kansas City brings it back in deep. Kansas City tries centering pass. It gets by everybody and comes out into neutral ice. Annie sends it deep into the Kansas City zone. Kansas City picks it up, skates beyond their own net. Now they're going to bring it out into neutral ice. They pass it forward, not able to get into the zone clean. Try to centering pass. Collins deflects that. Now Cameron Callan picks it up and skates it into neutral ice. Now into the Kansas City zone. She's bringing through the right wing circle. She gets a shot off through some resistance. It goes off the side of the net. Bree comes back in, tries to center to Harper Hall. Gets deflected by Kansas City, and Kansas City sends it up out of the zone. Harper dumps it back to Collins dumps it back to Harper Hall. Now it comes out. Cameron Callan not able to get her stick on that, but now she's able to come back and get it. Kansas City deflects it back, goes into Lady Wild zone. Collins backhands it up to Harper. Harper across the blue line. Now the right wing circle. She's coming through some slashes, and she's going to draw a slashing penalty there. Delayed penalty here. Harper up to the blue line. Lily Van Meer. Now that Kansas City touched the puck, stops the play. Lady Wild back on the power play. Harper Gladson, Caroline, Annie, Lily, and Stella out there for this power play. Kansas City able to break it out of the zone. They bring it all the way down to the Lady Wild zone. Lily Van Meer passes it up and gets intercepted by Kansas City. Two Kansas City players collide. One stays down. She's getting up slowly. All right, she's up. Going to skate to the bench slowly. Players kind of collided and one landed on the other. I think she probably got her wind knocked out. We'll come and have a neutral zone face-off with 1:05 left in this power play. Just under 7 minutes left in the game. Lady Wild up 6-3. Harper Gladson, Annie, and Caroline, your forward lines. Kansas City wins the face-off, and they send it into the Lady Wild zone. Stella Pappas tries to clear it out. It's held in by Kansas City. Great pass up to Harper Gladson, though. Harper with the puck at center ice, now across the blue line. She tries to take a shot from the high slot. She doesn't get good wood on it. Kansas City skating out of the zone through neutral ice. Now takes a backhanded shot. It gets off of Stella Van Meer's stick. And now Lady Wild are going to get a penalty. It's like a hook. And that's Stella Pappas going into the box. Kansas City asking for a fair game as the Lady Wild get one in the box. So not good enough. All right, we'll have 25 seconds of 4-on-4. And then Kansas City have a 1:05 power play. Kansas City takes a shot from the point. It goes wide. Now centering pass from the corner gets deflected. Lily Anderson clears the zone. Bree trying to push forward. Gets her stick tangled up, and now Lily Anderson takes off with it. Kansas City back to full strength. On the power play now is Kansas City. Kansas City skating with speed through center ice. Collins slows it down a little bit. Cameron slows it down the rest of the way. Kansas City player getting a little bit frustrated. Takes a little whack at Cameron Callan. Shot goes towards the net. Puck comes up. Now at the high slot, they're going to take a shot. Easy save there by Stella. She covers it up. Harper Gladson takes a face-off. She's got Lily Van Meer, Cameron Callan, and Caroline out there for the rest of this PK. 23 seconds left on the power penalty kill. Cameron in a board battle. Lily comes away, passes up to Harper. Harper has it off her stick. Lily sends it deep. Harper over to Caroline. Kansas City comes up from behind and deflects that shot away. Lady Wild are back to full strength, and Elizabeth comes off the bench. That shot by Lily is deflected. Now Kansas City breaking out. Lily Van Meer gets to the loose puck and sends it up towards the blue line. Kansas City able to keep it in momentarily. Now Harper Gladson brings it out of the and brings it into the Lady Wild zone. I mean Kansas City zone. Sorry. Kansas City able to get it back in neutral ice. Great centering pass there by Kansas City, but she's not able to control it. Collins sends it up to Harper. Harper dances through the neutral zone. Now into the Kansas City zone. She takes a shot from the point. It gets deflected to the far corner. Lily Van Meer passes forward to Cameron. Cameron brings it out of their zone. She tries to pass forward to Elizabeth, but it ends up going deep. They're calling icing, but I don't know. I thought she was across the red line. .223 left in this game. Lady Wild. We're going to skate with 4, but now Bree comes out. So we've got Lily Anderson, Harper Hall, Bree, Stella Pappas, and Lily Van Meer. Lady Wild clear the zone. Kansas City now in their own zone. Lose the puck, and Lily Anderson comes up. She gets hooked from behind, but no call. Centering pass goes all the way through. Now Lily backhands it towards Harper Hall. Stoppage. I think that the goal must have come off, so they stopped it. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off at the left wing circle. Lily Anderson, Bree, Harper Hall, and then Collins and Cameron back on D. Kansas City able to get it deep into the Lady Wild zone. Collins chases it down, picks it up behind her own net. She passes forward to Harper. Harper collides with a Kansas City player. Lady Wild get it to neutral ice. Kansas City picks it up. Pass it forward. Cameron Collins there. She sends it back into neutral ice. 2 minutes left in the game. Kansas City sends it deep. Collins picks it up at the near corner, sends it up to Harper Hall. Harper chips it forward. She's going to change. Lady Wild on a change right now. Out comes Harper Gladson, Caroline, and Annie. Harper Gladson brings it in. She's got it taken off her stick. Kansas City breaking out. Great passing from Kansas City, just not able to keep control of the puck. Now Harper Gladson picks it up. Skating across center ice. In the Kansas City zone, she takes a shot from the high slot off the goalie's stick. Kansas City picks it up, chips it up to the blue line, gets past Stella Pappas. Lily Van Meer in a foot race, she wins it. Lily up to Annie, gets by Annie, goes deep in the Kansas City zone. Harper centers to Annie. Annie takes a shot off the goalie's pad. Caroline comes up and tries to clean up the trash, and it goes off the goalie again. Kansas City picks up the loose puck, 37 seconds, getting it through center ice. try to get it by Stella Pappas, but she says no thanks and sends it out in the center ice, out in the neutral ice. This is Caroline passing up to Annie. Now Caroline picks up the puck, 12 seconds. She backhands it deep into the Kansas City zone. And this is going to end the ball game. Lady Wild, 12U, wins the MGHL championship. Fun team to watch here. Thanks everybody for tuning in.